for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching. Your Notre Dame live stream will begin soon. Thanks for watching.
Good afternoon. My name is Jane Cleland Huang, and I am the chair of the Computer Science and Engineering Department. And this is Ramsey Bouluan, Director of Undergraduate Studies. Graduates, families, and friends, welcome to the 32nd Diploma Ceremony in the 36th year of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at the University of Notre Dame. Today, Today, we joyfully celebrate the accomplishments of over 162 graduates. To everyone gathered here today, thank you for traveling from far and near to join us in this celebration. Graduates of the class of 2026, today we gather to celebrate not only your academic accomplishments, but also the dedication and perseverance that made them possible. Your journey to this moment has been shaped by hard work. Along the way, you formed deep friendships, embraced so many different opportunities, and have overcome challenges that at times may have seemed insurmountable. But each of these experiences contributed to the person you have become and prepared you for the opportunities that lie ahead. Today, you stand at the threshold of a new beginning, ready to carry forward the knowledge, values, and experiences that you've gained during your time here. However, before we begin with the ceremony, I'd like to make a couple of announcements. First, everyone is welcome to take photos during the distribution of diplomas, but please be aware that we have a professional photographer taking pictures as well. So we appreciate your assistance as we work to maintain a smooth flow of graduates during the procession. And then secondly, immediately after the ceremony, we're going to take a class photograph with graduates and faculty right over here. So if you could, if the graduates could all, and the faculty, could all come over onto the right-hand side, and the picture will be taken from up in the stands. So now I'd like to introduce the class of 2026 student coordinators for this event. Mary Briamonte, Natalie Sekarak, let's clap as we go. Leanne Werder, and Olivia Zeno. Thank you so much for your service today. I now ask Professor Shreya Kumar to come forward to give the invocation. Professor Kumar received her Bachelor's of Engineering in Computer Engineering from the University of Pune, India, and her Master's and PhD in Computer Science from Michigan Technological University. She is an Associate Teaching Professor with expertise in software engineering. Shreya.
Let us begin with prayer. Gracious and loving God, we are gathered here today in joyful celebration with profound gratitude. We ask your abundant blessing upon our graduates and everyone gathered here to honor them. Lord, we thank you for the gift of these graduates. Thank you for the brilliant minds, kind hearts, and internal fortitude you have given to each of them. We are deeply grateful for their years of rigorous study, the obstacles overcome, and the lifelong friendships they have forged along the way. Lord, we also give heartfelt thanks for their incredible support systems. We lift up the guardians, parents, families, friends, professors, rectors, mentors, all who have guided, challenged, and nurtured these young souls. Bless the supporters abundantly for their sacrifices, their enduring patience, and their unwavering love in nurturing these students into exceptional scholars and compassionate human beings. As our graduates prepare to step beyond their Notre Dame home and out into the world, we ask that you bestow your special grace and guidance upon them. Our computing graduates inherit a profound power to shape the human experience in a world increasingly defined by tech. Guide them to be ethical stewards of technology, using their knowledge and skills to build a more humane and kind world. Grant them the wisdom to know right from wrong and the courage to stand up for truth and justice. May the education they received here be a brilliant light used to bridge divides and act as a unifying force for good for a world in need. Protect them on their journeys that lie ahead, keep them resilient in adversity, and hold them always close to your heart. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Professor Kumar. I am pleased to introduce Professor Douglas Thane as our faculty speaker for this ceremony. Professor Thane received his Bachelor's of Science in Physics from the University of Minnesota and a Master's of Computer Science and a PhD in Computer Science from the University of Wisconsin. Please welcome Professor Thane.
Thank you, Mary. Good afternoon, graduates. Good afternoon, parents and friends. Good afternoon, distinguished faculty. Thank you for inviting me to speak on this beautiful Ascension Day and also Graduation Day. What a wonderful coincidence. I confess I wasn't entirely sure why you asked me to speak today, but I thought part of the reason might have been you wanted me to review a few things that we went over in class today. So if you'll forgive me, before we have graduation, there is one more final exam that you must pass. And Professor Boulouan, would you be so kind as to grab my visual aid over there? Now, there was really only one thing that I wanted our engineers to know. And so we repeated it rather frequently, sometimes even doing some calisthenics to the purpose. So all together now, 2 to the 10 bytes is a, all right, 2 to the 20 bytes is a, and then a, and then a, and then a peta, and then a, and what comes after petabyte? Yeah, nobody knows. Yeah, okay. All right. Congratulations, you pass. Whenever I depart on a long trip and then come back home, strangely it seems, I just left. Whenever I come back up the tunnel off the airplane into the South Bend airport, I think to myself, wasn't I just getting on the plane 5 minutes ago in order to leave? It doesn't matter whether it's been a week or a month or a year. It always seems that way. I'm sure it must feel the same way to you at graduation. Didn't you just get here? You probably arrived here in August of 2022. At that time, we were still a little wary of COVID. Remember that? But things are mostly back to normal. There are a couple masks and plexiglass and things, but we're on the way back to normal, thank heavens. You probably moved into your dormitory on a hot, sticky day. You probably had an argument with your family in the process, because that's how things go. You met a new roommate, somebody you didn't know at all, and you were expected to share a home with. And I'm sure that your roommate had some very strange habits, kept unusual hours, and had very poor taste in music. And actually, I'm sure it was you who had strange habits and kept unusual hours and had poor taste in music. That first year, you probably struggled a bit. You had to find the right building on the first day. You had to approach strangers in the hopes that they might become friends. You had to show up to a new club you didn't know anything about. Maybe you did some homework now and again. And perhaps you encountered this mysterious thing called a segmentation fault with Professor Blue Eye. But over these 4 years, I hope that you found your people, that you learned some new skills, tried some new foods, maybe you traveled somewhere, and you finally learned how to merge a conflicted branch in Git. I hope you can teach me someday. You probably got some grades that you didn't like. You might have gotten them from me. But you each rose to those daily challenges, both small and large. And now here we all are, everyone a little more confident, a little more relaxed, very well dressed. I mean, the faculty here are here looking like peacocks, but you all look good too. You're about to start a new chapter in life. So what's next? Well, it's no secret that we live in interesting times. There are many challenges facing our society. Political polarization, economic inequality, global conflicts, artificial intelligence. And I think we need to stop here and talk a little bit about AI. And I think we have to, because your family is going to ask you all about it at dinner, so we might as well get it out in the open here, right? Now, AI can refer to a wide variety of computing technologies. In fact, we have a number of faculty sitting right here who are experts in all things AI. Computer vision, natural language processing, machine learning, data science, all sorts of things like that. But let me narrow that big field down to large language models, which is the thing that's really captured the public's imagination in the last few years. When I talk about LLMs, large language models, I mean the specific technology that drives chatbots and code generators, awful customer support agents, and pretty much anything that generates human language. ChatGPT took off just as you were starting college in the fall of 2022, to be followed by many other tools. Now, when these tools first appeared, many people had the misconception that finally we would no longer be plagued by thinking. The machine would be able to do all of our thinking for us, and we would just sit back and sip lattes and have nothing to do. But it's not quite right, is it? LLMs do seem to be excellent at regurgitating and remixing things that are already known. After all, they are trained on the vast body of human knowledge that's published on the internet. So if it's on the internet, the LLM knows it. If you want a sample code for a personal website, if you want a summary of Jane Austen, if you want a generic business plan, the LLM will be happy to do it for you. Absolutely, I'll get on that right away. Pause for laughter. Now, this, in fairness, is pretty helpful. If you know nothing about a topic and need a little structure to get started, the LLM will provide it for you. And I particularly like using LLMs to teach me a little something about a library or technology that I've never used before, just to get started. Now, the bad news, of course, is about 2 years ago, employers thought that LLMs would replace all knowledge workers: lawyers, authors, tax attorneys, programmers. But what our partners tell us, what our profession has experienced, is that LLMs create chaos when applied to a task that is beyond the trivial or out of the ordinary. A little example program works at first, but if you add the LLM to add capabilities, it eventually gets turned into a pile of spaghetti that nobody can understand or debug. LLMs make test cases pass by simply removing them. An LLM can make a great circuit board, but it doesn't know anything about current or voltage, so the thing may catch on fire. So, what do we need to solve these problems? Should we throw more AI at it? No. We need engineers. We need engineers with a capital E. The computing work of the future is going to require more intellectual framing than it did in the past. Engineers are needed to articulate the purpose of a system, to design an overall architecture, to specify the requirements, to see the hidden problems, to design acceptance tests, to ensure the safety and the security of the users, and to audit how the system works to make sure it does what it's supposed to do. And of course, to do that, you need to know how the details work. In short, this is what engineers have always done when building a bridge, or designing a power plant, or creating an electric car. Each of these activities was at one time carried out by unlicensed hackers who cut corners and shaved costs until these creations fell down or caught fire or killed their occupants. Today, computing systems fill roles that are equally as important as bridges, power plants, and cars. We need engineers with a capital E to design and take responsibility. I think this is going to bring computing more into the main line of professional engineering. That's a good thing for society, and it's a good thing for all of you sitting here. Now, with that said, let me give a caution. In the early years of your career, don't be so quick to delegate or avoid work that at first glance appears tiresome. Be willing to practice and make mistakes, especially on the small things. A great chef learns his or her craft by cooking many dishes over and over again, burning some, over-salting others, until excellence becomes second nature. A great musician practices scales and exercises over and over again, making mistake after mistake, until excellence becomes second nature. In the same way, the craft of computing must be practiced. You should write lots of programs. You should build lots of systems. You should crash lots of computers and debug many segmentation faults. Only by getting your hands dirty will you develop strong skills, good taste, and the solid intuition that allows you to become an engineer with a capital E. Henry Ford once said, "Most people don't hear opportunity when it comes knocking, because opportunity comes dressed in overalls and looks like work." Now, I think I got a little off track on AI. It's sometimes my habit, so let me go back to where I was. Right. We live in interesting and challenging times. Political polarization, economic equality, global conflicts, artificial intelligence, and the prospects of a 16-team college football playoff. Now, I do not bring up these challenges to discourage you. Actually, the contrary. You ought to know by now that a certain amount of chaos is the normal state of the world in every age. We live in a broken, imperfect world, fractured by original sin and compounded by our own sins. And so every generation has challenges that it must face, and yours is no different. Our predecessors in the previous century had to navigate an influenza epidemic, the Great Depression, 2 world wars, the social upheaval of the 1960s, many other challenges over the years. In every generation, people like you confronted these challenges with courage and persistence and hope. So your generation will have to address its own challenges, and I have every certainty that you will bring the same virtues to bear: courage and persistence and hope. I hope that the Catholic education that you have received here at Notre Dame makes you uniquely prepared for those challenges. Now, as you enter the working world, I am reminded of the old story of 3 bricklayers. Perhaps you've heard it before. The scene is the Great Fire of London in 1966, when the 3rd largest city in the world was burned to the ground from river to river, and there's a great effort to rebuild the entire city over the course of a few short years. The great architect Christopher Wren led the rebuilding of the city, and specifically 50 different churches, including the great Cathedral of St. Paul, which of course still stands. Now the story goes like this. The great architect visited the construction site of St. Paul's one day, and he observed 3 bricklayers working side by side, all doing the same task, building the same section of wall. The architect asked the first bricklayer, "What are you doing?" And the first bricklayer said, "I'm a bricklayer. I'm putting down these bricks, putting on the mortar. It's going to take me all day long." He looked grim and exhausted and did not look up. The architect asked the second bricklayer, "What are you doing?" The second bricklayer was standing and looking ahead and saying, "I am a builder. I'm building this wall that will go from here to there. I'm about halfway done today." He looked more satisfied. The architect asked the third bricklayer, "What are you doing?" Well, the third bricklayer was doing exactly the same work, but he had a gleam in his eye. And he looked up to the heavens and said, "I am building a cathedral, a great monument to Almighty God. This is going to take all year." Wherever you go in life, wherever your work may take you, I hope that you will be like the third bricklayer. Lift up your eyes, look to the heavens, and no matter how great or humble your work is, let your work serve the glory of God. Congratulations on all you have accomplished at Notre Dame. We wish you every joy and success in what comes next. Don't forget to call home at least once a week, and come back and visit us in South Bend once in a while. Thank you very much.
We have 2 faculty who have received the Outstanding Faculty Award this year, Professor Peter Bowie and Professor Douglas Thane. Professors like Professor Bowie and Professor Thane have had an impact far beyond the classroom. They've challenged us to grow, supported us throughout our time here, and helped create the kind of CSE department that students will miss being a part of. They've helped build a community that made these past 4 years meaningful for so many of us. Unfortunately, Professor Peter Bowie could not be with us today, but it is my honor to present this year's CSE Outstanding Faculty Award to Professor Douglas Thane.
Thank you, Professor Thane and Mary. I'd now like to introduce Professor Ramzi Boualwan, or as you all know him, Ramzi Boualwan. Professor Boualwan is the CSE Director of Undergraduate Studies and has just completed his 36th year of teaching at Notre Dame. Ramzi will now He will now present the student awards. Please welcome Professor Boualwan onto the stage.
راح اشتاق لك يا ليان كثير. Seniors! Oh, no, graduates! You're graduates. You flipped your thing this morning? You did? Are you going to do it again when you come up? Oh, that's awesome. Is this the day where you say to yourself, finally, we're out of here? Faculty, is this the day where you say, finally, there? No. We don't say that. I'm kidding. We don't say that. So, with Professor Thane, you chose him. Congratulations, Doug. That's a great speech, by the way. With me, you don't choose me. You're stuck with me. I'm here to say just a few words, and then I'm going to give a few awards to just a handful of people. So one thing that I say almost every year is, we're going to miss you. And we say that to every class. And it seems repetitive. But we're like a family here. And interesting I say family because parents must love us so much that they send their younger siblings to also graduate from here. So for instance, we got Mary here. Her older sister Anna graduated last year. Yeah. Mary Brusco. Gianna Gigi's in the house somewhere. She also graduated from us. Luke Cow, his younger brother, is with us. So, whatever speech you hear, whatever stuff you hear, either you heard it before or you're preparing yourself for hearing it again. Christian Dunn is here. Veronica, looking forward to 2 years from now, you graduating. Jack Galassi graduated a couple of years ago. And a bit different with Jack because his father, Nick, are you here, was a former student of mine also. So Jack is here for his cousin his brother Vinny, who's also graduating. Finlay is graduating. His brother Declan will graduate next year. And their father is also a former student of mine. Man, 36 years, oh my goodness. Some of my colleagues are less than 36, I think. All right. Dan Joanne, Olivia graduated a few years ago. I'm sure I'm missing a few people. Nancy, your sister Emily will graduate next year. Nancy, Emily, whatever you're hearing today, you're going to hear the same thing next year. Nick, my man Sergio is in the house somewhere. Yeah, so it's like a family. So that means we must be doing something right that you're sending the next group of younger siblings to us. A couple of things I want to mention is, yeah, we're going to miss you. We're going to miss seeing you. We're going to miss seeing you in class. Well, some of you already prepared us for that, but we're going to miss some of the artistic stuff that you have done. I was so impressed. Like Olivia. Oh, man, your voice. Yeah, Olivia, I'm going to mention your voice. You have an amazing voice. Maria, on stage, you are phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Celeste, an incredible dancer. We got some Glee Club members here. Joe and Thomas, I think, Glee Club, right? Amazing talent. So I was fortunate enough to witness some of their talents, but one thing that frustrates me is how many talents have I missed? I wish I had known from day one what your talents are so I can witness them. We've been doing this for a long time, so some of us, who do I see here? Professor Boyer, Professor Flynn, Professor Korgi, who've been here for ages. So we've gone through many milestones, teaching students who are children of former students. We were talking about Peter Bowie and Doug Thane getting the awards. Congratulations. Not only is Peter Bowie a former student of many of us, but as a PhD student, Doug Thane was his faculty advisor. Yes, and it's thanks to Doug Thane that Peter Bowie is so awesome. Absolutely. Other things I'll miss not just seeing you around, I'll miss, what else will I miss? Oh, I'm going to miss seeing Kylie and Lyanne and Maribella beat up on people. No, sorry, boxing. It's a boxing competition. So sanctioned boxing Baraka competition. And we also have, I think, Charlie and Colby and Aaron also. But I'm especially going to miss seeing Liane especially beat up on people. So what I'm here for is to give some awards. Now notice the awards were voted on. There are two main categories of awards. There's what's called the Departmental Awards, Outstanding CS, Outstanding CPEG Awards. There's also what we call the Faculty Choice Awards. Those were voted on, and it's always bittersweet in a way when you give awards because you know you're missing a lot of people. About 12 people will get awards, 162 students, that means 150 also deserving of awards. But we're not going to give you 162 awards. Actually, when you walk on stage, you're going to get the award called the diploma. So in a sense, we are going to give you awards. So let me first start with Outstanding Seniors Awards. Those, I think you already know about them. So when I call out your name, if you want to come up, I'll first start with a couple of CPEG awards. In no particular order. Michael Zhang, Michael Wang. Wait, Michael, I messed up. We have Michael Yang, sorry. Michael's not here. Maijie Yang. Doesn't he go by Michael? Colby Whitehouse. Colby is also the recipient of the Steiner Award. And Colby is getting married soon. All right, on the CS side, again, in no particular order, well, in whatever order they happen to be in. Grant Exley. Maribela Fues. Catherine Healy. Sean Quigley. Sean is also a recipient of the Steiner Award. And Maribela, my apologies, I forgot to mention, Maribela is graduating with a 4.0 GPA. And Sean is also graduating with a 4.0 GPA. Alyssa Ritter. So for these awards, the students, I think, were aware of it. I think it was also in the program. We also created a few years ago an award called the Faculty Choice Award, where the faculty votes on students. And of course, a lot of people got votes, but we had to reduce them down to the proportional number. And in no particular order again, Luke Chow. Sajit Devaredi. Daoud Tacha. Liang Li. Emma Newman. I'm going to ask the next two to come up together. And I'll mention why as they walk up just to save time. Celeste Manel and Sadie Ko. So we have a club called WICS, Women in Computer Science, which for many, many years, students have tried to make it an official club, and SAO has always pushed back for one reason or another. It started a few years ago, like Kristen Friday, our former valedictorian, pushed through that, and which Professor Shreya Kumar was an advisor for that. And finally, this year, through the hard work of Celeste and Sadie and all the people in WICS, it is finally an official club. And we have one more. Anthony Santis. Anthony was a peer mentor for the ACES group, and as was mentioned by the main person there, was an absolutely outstanding peer mentor. So like I said, I'm going to miss you guys. I forgot to mention I'm going to miss Sam and Belle, our cheerleaders. Belle, it was very funny every time. There's a little story here. She would be on top of whoever was holding her. And I was like in the audience, and I was so shy not to make any movement because I didn't want the guy to like drop her. But it was awesome. Anyway, little story here between us. I want to miss you guys. Keep in touch. And yeah, you can flip your thing when you walk up. Okay? Congratulations, graduates. All the best. Our chair of the department, Dr. Jane Cleanan Huang.
Okay, we're now going to recognize every member of the department's class of 2026. So graduates will proceed in last name alphabetical order to this end of the platform. They'll receive their diploma, be photographed with Ramsey and me, and proceed across the platform. And then you'll get an individual photo down there in front of the screen. And we're going to have our faculty in a receiving line, so you get to greet all of the faculty and receive congratulations as you go through. After that, you can return to your seat. So now I invite all the faculty to please come forward and form the receiving line. In your envelope, you will be receiving a diploma and a steel ring with an attached card for the Order of the Engineer induction ceremony. So after the diplomas have all been distributed, we're going to read the obligation of an engineer together from the cards. So now we will proceed with the diplomas.
Michael Axam. He would like to thank his mom and dad for their love and sacrifices they gave to raise him into the man he's become today, and for his two older sisters for being the role models throughout his life that have also helped him become who he is today. Catherine Anderson. She would like to thank her mom, dad, and sisters for their unwavering support and motivation, as well as her friends and professors for their guidance, encouragement, and commitment throughout her journey. Vince Andriaco. He wants to thank his family and girlfriend for their support. Genesis Argueta. She wants to thank her family, friends, and professors for their support. Alan Armenta. He wants to thank his sisters for being the best. William Arnsworthy. Thank you to his family, friends, and professors for all the support. Also, big shout out to his parents for not having a TV the first 10 years of his life. Anna Arnett. She would like to thank her parents and sisters, as well as her amazing friends, for all their support. Brendan Barron. He wants to thank his family for their support. Evan Bartek. He wants to thank his family and friends for their support. Jordan Basabanda. He wants to thank his family for all their love and support over the years. Tanya Benake. She thanks God, her parents, her family, and her friends for their support. Helena Bernes. She wants to thank her friends and professors for their support and long hours dedicated to helping her learn. Joseph Bertram. He is deeply grateful to his parents, uncle, and friends for their unwavering moral and financial support that carried him through these 4 years. Jack Blake. He wants to thank his family, professors, and fiancé for their support. Mary Briamonte. She wants to thank her parents for being her biggest cheerleaders, her sister for being her inspiration, and the CPEX for helping her compile a degree with surprisingly few sec faults. Mary Brusco. She wants to thank her family, friends, and especially her beloved dog, Teddy. Luke Cow. He wants to thank the Lord for his guidance and his family, friends, and fellowship for their unwavering support. Alejandro Casillas. He wants to thank his family and friends for their invaluable support. Matthew Chow. He wants to thank his family for all their support and ABP for their bake sale. Sophie Cho. She wants to thank her family, friends, and everyone at Notre Dame who has supported her throughout her academic career. Sadie Ko. She would like to thank her family, friends, and the Notre Dame community for their constant support and encouragement for the past 4 years. Andrew Congdon. He wants to thank his family for their love and support, especially his little baby brother, Alex. Andrew Chotai. He dedicates his progress to his family, whose unyielding belief in him made it all possible. Kyle Crosby. He wants to thank his family, friends, and professors for being so great over the past 4 years. Catherine Cruz. She would like to thank her husband, family, friends, and professors for their constant love and support. Jason Sapluski. Jason wants to thank his friends for the memories, his family for their support, and God for his blessings. Matthew Daly. He wants to thank his professors and the maintenance and dining hall workers at the university. Kaya Damien. She wants to thank her friends and professors for their help and guidance, and for her family for their love and continued support. Emmanuel de la Paz. Friends and family for all the support and helping him make the most of his time here. Cesar de Leon Terrero. He wants to thank his friends, family, and communities, both in TLP and cheerleading, for giving him a second home away from home. Jack Decker. He'd like to thank his mom and dad, all of his CSE friends, and the best deal in South Bend, 2 mediums for $6.99 each. Sajith Devareddy. He wants to thank his parents, brothers, and friends for their support. Charles Devine. He wants to thank his family, friends, and professors for their support. Rogelio Diaz. He wants to thank his family and friends for their support. Drew DiGuglielmo. She would like to thank her family for their unwavering support. Bright Tico. Andrew Domsala. Christian Dunn. Christian wants to thank his family and all his friends for supporting him through these incredible 4 years. Go Irish. Grant Exley. He wants to thank his friends and family for their support. Ethan Farley. He would like to thank his family and Domino's 2 or more medium 2 toppings pizzas for $6.99 each.
Hunter Flick. He wants to thank his family for all their support, the band program for being a welcome escape from academics, and his grandfather for making it all possible. Eleanor Frederick. She is grateful for the family, friends, and mentors who made the journey just as meaningful as this moment. Ty Friedman. Thank you to my brother Jeff for being the best role model I could ask for. Ryan Fryer. I thank God for blessing me with my family, friends, and attending Notre Dame. Kylie Furbacher. She wants to thank her family and friends for their support. Mari Bella Fuse. She would like to thank her parents, brothers, and friends for their constant support and encouragement throughout this journey. Tyreek Fuller. Vincent Galassi. He wants to thank his parents for their unconditional love and support, his brother for being such an inspirational role model, and his sister for joining him for his senior year to make it even more meaningful. Andrew Gaylord. He wants to thank his family for their support and his laptop for hanging in there. Juliana Gonzalez. She wants to thank her family and friends for helping her get this far. Jonathan Grandacara. He would like to thank his family, especially his mother, brothers, and twin sister, for all their support, and his mother in particular for being a pillar of faith in his life. Maximilian Graves. He wants to thank God and his family for their never-ending support. Luke Gunter. He's thankful for his family, friends, and professors who made this possible. Timothy Gunn. He would like to thank his family and all of his mentors for all of their support and guidance. Charles Gusson. Cora Haddad. She would like to thank her mom for always picking up the phone at 3 a.m. and congratulate Katie and Joe for making it through all those late nights together, and for all the incredible professors that have taught her so much about computer science, but also about life. Emmanuel Hammer. He wants to thank God, his family, and Ryan Paulette for getting him through this. Catherine Healy. She would like to thank her family, friends, and professors for their unwavering support and encouragement throughout her time at Notre Dame. Thomas Heber. He wants to thank his family and friends for their support. Chin Chin Phoebe Huang. She wants to thank her family, friends, and everyone she met along the way for their support in making this journey so special. Finley Huggins. He wants to thank his family, friends, thesis advisor, and other professors for their support. Brandon Hulse. He wants to thank everyone who has supported him inside and out of the classroom. Kathleen Hurley. She wants to thank her family for their constant support and encouragement throughout her time at Notre Dame, and all of her friends for making the late night studying for systems programming and other challenging classes memorable. Daniel Huss. Hannah Houston. She wants to thank her parents, her sisters, and her dog for their love and support. Arvin Islam Gomez. He wants to thank his mom, Bridget Gomez, his father, Ramjanul Islam, and his friends and professors for their support in helping him grow into the person he is today. Samara Hakabo. She wants to thank her mom and sisters, friends, professors, and Our Lady for their support and guidance in pursuing every opportunity. Mariam Joffrey. She wants to thank her family, the amazing people she met over the past 4 years, and Hesburgh Library for being her constant through it all. Isabel James. She is deeply grateful to her family and friends for their constant love and support, and to her professors for always believing in her. Maria Jim. She wants to thank her family and friends for their support. Daniel Johan. I'm especially grateful for the friends and family at home and the ones I've made here at Notre Dame who have constantly supported me through the highs and lows. Max Johnson. He wants to thank his family for their constant support. Moai Kashoka. Thank you to the mentors who pushed me. I am ready to take on the next challenges in my life. John Keller Jr. He's especially grateful to his brother Luke, whose academic dedication and, more importantly, his integrity have always set the standard. Zachary Kennedy. Thank you to my parents and family for all their support and love. Dong Wee Kim. He wants to thank his family, friends, and mentors for their support. Yeon Soo Kim. She wants to thank her family for being here today. Gabrielle Klee. She wants to thank her family and friends for their continued support and for always believing in her. Ethan Coram. He would like to thank his friends and professors for an unforgettable 4 years and his family for making it all possible. Kaz Coatson. He wants to thank his family and friends, as well as his Nana, for their support throughout his educational journey. Luke Lagunowicz. He wants to thank his friends for all of the good times, his professors for the gift of knowledge, and most importantly, his family for endless love and support.
Sophia Lama. She wants to thank her God and King for loving her, her family, friends, and professors for believing in her, even when she didn't, and her Nonna for teaching her how to live. Kang Lei. He wants to thank his family and friends, especially his friends at his 3 Fisher residences, for their cookouts and poker nights. Maria Leal. She would like to thank her mom and dad for all of their sacrifices and support, and all her friends and mentors. Henry Lee. He wants to thank his family, friends, and professors for all their support, and especially Ian Robinette for his chess coaching. Aaron Lewis. He wants to thank his family for always believing in him, and his friends for never failing to make him smile. Long Lee. He wants to thank his friends and parents for their warming support. Leung Lee. He would like to thank his family, friends, instructors, and everyone in Notre Dame community for their support and encouragement. Andrew Linares Chagoya. He wants to thank his family, professors, and friends for always believing in him. Ziyun Ma. She wants to thank all her professors, friends, and loved ones for the support received during this challenging yet rewarding journey. Connor McDonald. He would like to thank his family for their unwavering support, his friends for the unforgettable memories, and Notre Dame for 4 incredible years of formation. Jack Mangoyne. He wants to thank his family, friends, and professors for all their support. Celeste Mantle. She would like to thank her mom for her steadfast love and support throughout her education, especially for trusting her decision to attend Notre Dame, even though it meant being far from home. Malik Mashigo. He wants to thank his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, tell his mother that he loves her, and congratulate his baby sister, Aaliyah, for her acceptance to Notre Dame's class of 2040. Catherine Massman. She wants to thank her family, friends, and professors for all their support. Alyssa McDermott. She wants to thank her parents and 3 older sisters for their support. Roy Malouche. He wants to thank his family, friends, professors, and the Huddle for their support. Daniel Mendler. He wants to thank his family, friends, and fellow classmates for an amazing 4 years. Samuel Monterola. Sam is thankful for the loving support of his family and friends. Nicholas Morales. He wants to thank his family, friends, and professors for all their support. Jennifer Moronis Amalgir. She thanks her family and friends for their constant support and for always being there to listen to her. Shaylin Murphy. She wants to thank her family and friends for all their support. Andrew Myers. Ryan Nam. He wants to thank his family, Morrissey Hall, and Xavier Reese. Confidence Nawali. She wants to thank her family, friends, professors, her TLP advisor Amanda, and everyone who stood by her and helped her keep going. Emma Newman. She wants to thank her family, friends, and classmates for supporting her over the last 4 years. Sophia Noonan. She wants to thank her family at home and her friends and professors on campus for their support. Nancy Norton. She wants to thank her family, friends, and professors for all their support these past 4 years. Jack O'Connor. He'd like to thank his family and friends for supporting him all the way through his college journey. Grace Odmark. She would like to thank her family, especially her parents, for their constant support. Isabel Victoria Ojeda Rodriguez. She wants to thank her family for their constant belief and sacrifice, proving that no matter how far they came, they made it together. Pablo Olivia Quintana. Gracias Dios y viva España. Obioha Onwanibe. Angel Ortiz. He wants to thank his family and friends for always telling him to keep going. Ryan Paulette. He wants to thank his family, friends, and mentors for their unwavering support throughout his experience at Notre Dame. It would not be possible without them. Samuel Party. He wants to thank his family and his friends. Timothy Parisi. He wants to thank his family for making his dreams come true. Michael Palucci. He wants to thank his family and friends for all their support. Olivia Perrette. She wants to thank her mom, dad, and sister for their endless love and support, and Lewis Hall for bringing her lifelong friends. Melvin Pineda Miguel. He wants to thank his parents, 4 sisters, godson, and Professor Thiessen for believing in him. Sean Quigley. Sean is forever grateful to his parents for their love and support, his siblings for showing him the ropes, and the man upstairs for making all this possible. Brian Rabideau. He would like to thank his friends and family for all of their support along the way.
Danielle Radford. Xavier Reese. He is grateful for family that gives unwavering, unconditional support and to friends who made this journey complete. Jack Rellinger. He wants to thank his family for their unwavering support and Soren College for the countless memories. Elizabeth Ree. She would like to thank her family, friends, and the Notre Dame community for their support and encouragement throughout her 4 years under the Golden Dome. Alyssa Ryder. She wants to thank her family, friends, professors, and teaching assistants for their support and guidance. Ian Robinette. He would like to thank all his family supporting him here today. Manuela Rocco Zapata. She would like to thank her family, friends, and mentors for their endless encouragement and for believing in her every step of the way. Brisney Rodriguez Flores. She wants to thank her family for all the support they've given her these past few years, especially her mom and dad, Yasmin Rodriguez Flores and Carlos Valencia. Thomas Razgani. I'd like to thank my parents, professors, and friends who made it all fun. Juan Pablo Rubero Suarez. I want to thank my family and friends for their support and for making my time here unforgettable. Ignacio Saderni. He wants to thank his family, friends, and professors for their support. Alexander Schumann. He wants to thank his family for loving him and his friends for tolerating him. Natalie Sakarik. She would like to thank her CPEGs for always crashing out in B19 with her, Ramsey and Dingler for being exceptional professors, and her parents and grandparents for all their support, and Anthony for being the best TA ever. Ian Satia. He wants to thank his family, liturgical choir, Knights of Columbus, and his professors for their steadfast love, guidance, faith, and friendship, which not only supported him but profoundly shaped a journey he will carry with him for the rest of his life. David Simmons. He wants to thank his family, friends, and mentors for their guidance and support along this journey. Michael Skipper. He wants to thank his family and professors for their support and encouragement. Anna Regina Solis Presto. She is deeply grateful for her parents, family, and friends for their unwavering guidance and support, which made this milestone possible. Michael Sorensen. He thanks his family for their love and support, his professors for their guidance and wisdom, and his friends for the unforgettable and occasionally forgettable memories. Allison Sproul. She wants to thank her family for their constant love, support, and her friends for the memories that shaped her along the way. Molly Sullivan. Forever grateful for my classmates, friends, professors, and family for supporting me through an incredible Notre Dame experience. I'm excited to take everything I've learned here into my next chapter. Go Irish. Will Sullivan. He would like to thank his parents, classmates, and the fortunate timing of AI for making this moment possible. Nora Swatland. She would like to thank her family, friends, and CSE professors for their support. Luke Sylvia. He wants to thank his family, friends, and professors for their support. Philip Talmadge. He wants to thank his family and friends for their support, and Zaland for late night fuel. Molly Trickett. She is beyond grateful to her family and friends for their constant love and support and would not be here without them. Anthony Ciantis. He wants to thank his Nona Luigi, Nona Filomena, Father Chris, Mother Annette, Sister Alessia, Brother Alexander, and his girlfriend Natalie for all their support and sacrifices. Alan Jeremy Oy. Thank you to my parents for giving me the opportunity and option to pursue my interests to the best of my ability. Leon Warda. She would like to thank her dad and mom, her sisters Revian and Marianne, her family, Wadia, professors and friends, especially Anna and the CPEGs for their love and support. Shukran. Luca Watson. He wants to thank his family in Fisher Hall. Joseph Wellpley. He is grateful to his parents, teachers, and for his trench mates, Katie and Cora. Colby Whitehouse. He wants to thank his family, friends, and fiancé for supporting him in every aspect of his life. Cameron Williams. Thank you to my family, friends, and professors for their support throughout my time at Notre Dame. Kevin Shui. He wants to thank Phil for the painful yet memorable late-night algorithms P-sets and his family for their continued love and support. Major Michael Yang. He'd like to thank everyone who believed in him and the ones who didn't for the extra motivation. Dan Yu. He wants to thank God, his family, and his friends for their love, support, and for pretending that doing a PhD for the next 5 years is a great idea. McDonald Jurima. He wants to thank his family for a lifetime of unwavering support and for always showing up for him. Ki Yang Zhao. She wants to thank her family traveling across the Pacific to her graduation ceremony. Olivia Zeno. She would like to thank her parents for their dedication to her educational pursuits, her sisters for their constant support, and her friends for walking alongside her these last 4 years. Madeline Zitella. She wants to thank her family and especially her parents for their support.
Okay, we will now complete the initiation of our graduates into the Order of the Engineer. So could the graduates all stand, please, and take out the card and ring and be ready to cite the obligation of the engineer. Okay, everybody ready? We're going to recite it together in a minute. So, the Order of the Engineer is an independent movement. The purpose is to foster a feeling of pride in and dedication to our profession. Your membership in this order is symbolized by the acceptance of an obligation and the wearing of a stainless steel ring on the little finger of the working hand. There are no meetings other than a ceremony, and there are no dues. It is with humility and the need for divine guidance that we take this pledge. So please raise your right hand and recite with me the obligation of an engineer. We'll say this together. I am an engineer. In my profession, I take deep pride. As an engineer, I pledge to practice integrity and fair dealing, tolerance and respect, and to uphold devotion to the standards and the dignity of my profession, conscious always that my skill carries with it the obligation to serve humanity by making the best use of the Earth's precious wealth. As an engineer, I shall participate in none but honest enterprises. When needed, my skill and knowledge shall be given without reservation for the public good. In the performance of duty and with deep fidelity in my profession, I shall give my utmost. Thank you, graduates. Please remain standing for just a minute. Okay, so first, I would like you to join me in thanking the student organizers, the department's administrative staff, and the university's event staff who have made today's ceremony possible. Let's give them a well-deserved round of applause. And before we sit down, I'd like to ask all of the graduates to turn around, look for your families, your visitors, and let's just give them a huge thank you for all of the support that they've given you during this time. Thank you. Okay, please be seated. And just as a reminder, in case you've forgotten, at the end of the ceremony, please remember to come and meet down on the right-hand side here for the photographs. So graduates, your time at Notre Dame has unfolded, as we've already mentioned today. Professor Thane talked about this a little bit, but it unfolded during a period of extraordinary transformation. You arrived here just as the world was beginning to emerge from one historic disruption, only to enter another, the rapid rise of AI and a wave of technological change, unlike anything we have seen before. And what that's meant is that industries are being reshaped in real time, but at the same time, new opportunities are emerging, while familiar career paths evolve in unexpected ways. In moments like these, technical knowledge alone is just not enough. What matters is the ability to adapt, to keep learning, and to approach new challenges with creativity, integrity, and with purpose. That's exactly what your Notre Dame education has prepared each one of you to do. As graduates in computer science and engineering, you're part of a world that urgently needs thoughtful innovators, responsible leaders, who are willing to tackle difficult problems with both technical expertise and with human compassion. The future is going to be shaped by those who not only understand technology, but also those who understand its impact upon humanity. So as you leave Notre Dame and begin the next chapter of your lives, use your talents wisely, lead with courage and humility, and never underestimate the difference that you can make. Although your time here as students is ending now, you will always remain part of this community. We hope, each one of us, that you will return here often. And my office is next to Ramsey, so I know how many people come back, and the first thing that I hear as they come through the office is Ramsey, and he will give you that response back. So we want that to be you as well. Return for reunions, football weekends, alumni events, or simply just to walk across our beautiful campus. Stop by our department, visit us, reconnect with classmates and professors, and revisit the places that have become part of your daily life, and in many ways are part of who you have become. But we also hope that in the years ahead, you will continue to generously share your time, experiences, and wisdom with the students who follow you. You are so important to their lives as well. Some of the most meaningful parts of the Notre Dame community are built through these connections across generations. Alumni, that's you now, encouraging students, graduates opening doors for those just beginning their journeys, and then former students returning to help shape the experiences of those who come next. So in the years ahead, the campus is going to continue to evolve. Even more new buildings will rise. Generations of students will come and go, and traditions will continue to grow and change. But you, each one of you, will always remain part of the Notre Dame story. No matter where your life takes you next, we will always be proud to call you one of our own, and you will always have a home here. The warm welcome you felt when you first arrived in August 2022 will still be here, no matter how many years go by. Congratulations, God bless you, and go Irish! So I now invite Connor MacDonald and Ethan Curran to come forward to the front of the stage to lead us in singing Notre Dame, Our Mother.
Yeah, Connor, Ethan. Yeah.
If anybody else would like to join them, you're welcome to.
Ozzy?
Yeah, who are the singers?
Olivia is.
Olivia. Okay. Where's the music?
Oh, we should play the music.